They thought this puppy only had minutes left to live. Weeks later, no one could believe it was the same dog. When we received the first call, the person on the other end sounded panicked. They said there was a dog lying on the side of the road, barely moving, barely breathing. They weren't even sure if it was still alive. We rushed there immediately. When we arrived and saw it for the first time, I could hardly believe my eyes. It was so thin and weak that if you didn't look closely, you might think it was already dead. It tried to lift its head when we came closer, but it couldn't stand. Its legs were shaking and every movement seemed to drain the little strength it had left. But then something small happened. Its tail moved, just a tiny wag. It was weak and slow, but it was there. Somehow that small wag told us everything we needed to know. This puppy was still fighting. It was still trying. We didn't waste a second. We carefully picked him up and rushed straight to the emergency animal hospital. The veterinarian weighed him and simply shook his head. He weighed only 15 pounds. A puppy his size should have weighed around 35 or even 40 pounds. He was severely malnourished, dehydrated, and dangerously weak. The vet told us, honestly, if we had arrived any later, he probably wouldn't have survived. After several days of treatment, IV fluids, and constant monitoring, he was finally stable enough to leave the hospital. That's when he was placed with one of our most experienced foster families, someone who had helped many dogs like him before. But the first 24 hours were heartbreaking. His ears hung low. His tail barely moved. His eyes looked tired, as if he had seen far too much suffering for such a young dog. Still, little by little, things began to change. By the third day, his tail started wagging more often. His ears lifted slightly. He even tried to stand on his own. It wasn't graceful. His legs trembled and sometimes he fell, but he kept trying. Every step felt like a huge victory. By the end of the first week, he could finally stand without help. Soon after, he began taking wobbly steps around the room. The foster family walked beside him just in case he lost his balance. They celebrated every small milestone as if it were the greatest moment in the world. During the second week, something amazing happened. He started acting like a puppy. He had more energy. He wanted to play. He even tried interacting with the family's big Rottweiler, who was at least 4 times his size. The little pup was thrilled to finally leave the crate and rejoin the world. By the third week, he began going on short walks. At first, just a few steps down the driveway, then to the end of the street. Before long, he was walking around the entire block, proudly trying to keep up with the bigger dog. That's when the foster family realized something remarkable. They were no longer caring for a sick, starving puppy. They now had a playful, curious little dog who simply wanted to live. His body was changing too. His fur began to thicken. The dull, patchy coat slowly turned soft and shiny again. His eyes grew brighter every day. But the most beautiful change wasn't physical. It was emotional. Despite everything he had been through, he still trusted people. He still wanted to love and be loved. Around the 5th or 6th week, something unexpected happened. Tim, who worked at the tattoo shop Megan often visited, met the puppy for the first time when she brought him along. The moment he saw the little dog, you could tell it was over. The puppy climbed right onto the couch, curled up beside him, and acted as if he had lived there forever. Not long after, the puppy was officially adopted into their home. They named him Tig, short for Tiger. The name symbolized strength and survival, a tiny animal that had fought with extraordinary determination to stay alive. Now he lives with 2 other dogs, and the 3 of them spend most of their time chasing each other around the yard like lifelong friends. If you saw him today, you would never believe he was the same puppy found by the roadside. What amazes people the most isn't just how healthy he looks now, it's the love he gives to everyone around him. After everything he endured, he still greets each day with excitement, every person with kindness, and every moment as if it were a second chance. Sometimes, all a dog needs is someone willing to stop, pick them up, and believe that their story isn't over yet. And if stories like this mean something to you, keep sharing them. The more people who see them, the more animals out there will get the second chances they truly deserve.